Wycliffe in the area. Kevin Michael in the area. What we tell the girls? I got love for you. Hey, I got love for you. We love the black, we love the white, we love the Asian, Caribbean, the African, the Latin woman, the European, Middle Easterns, and the Indian. This one goes out to all the girls on the list.
All you gotta do is look at me. 3 generations of my family, you see. People treat you different when you're in between.
I guess it is surprising for people to accept the fact that I am Swedish, that I have a white mom. I realize yet do not understand that it is still a taboo for people to engage in interracial relationships. Even though barriers are being broken and there is an increase in acceptance, social stigma still exists regarding interracial relationships. I began to wonder what my parents went through as they dated, and people realized that they were a couple.
He was black and she was white. You know that most people thought that it wasn't right.
My parents met in high school on December 14th, 1979. My mother's parents never really reacted or said anything about it. However, her brothers did tell her once that if she dated a black guy, that no other white guys would date her. My dad, however, believed that no one really cared that he was in an interracial relationship, except that his mom moved him down on her list. My mom's family, there had been discussions about this before, because her older sister had dated a black guy. However, there were never any discussions on whom she could or could not date or befriend. My dad, on the other hand, didn't really care what his parents thought. He was kind of on his own since 9th grade. My mom experienced a loss of friends. However, she did say that some people thought it was cool in a rebel sort of way that they were together. My dad said that people didn't take them seriously, that when they would go out, people would always ask them if they were together or give them a double stare. My parents have noticed a slight change in the way people have treated them, perhaps because of the change in times or because of their change in location. In 1987, they moved from Indiana to California. Dad added that in the West, because there are more minorities, people watch what they say and watch what they do. Unlike in the Midwest, where there are less minorities, people are more open about how they feel towards interracial relationships. I began a Facebook group and surveyed the 139 members that joined about interracial relationships and any prejudices they had based on family influences and regional backgrounds. Of the 93 people who took this survey, 57.78% have had or are in an interracial relationship.
Both of us were invited to this summer program the summer before our freshman year.
So how long have you guys been together?
Like 2 months.
My dad, he was fine with it. I told him everything, and I showed him a picture. He was excited, and he was like, I'm happy for you as long as you're happy. And then my 16-year-old sister was like, oh, he's very handsome, and she was excited for me. And my 13-year-old sister was just like, yeah, right. And then afterwards she was like, oh, okay, and she's cool with it. And my mom doesn't know.
Can I ask why you didn't tell your mom yet?
Well, my mom's a little bit more traditional, and she also doesn't want me to have a boyfriend right now, like in college, so either way, she probably wouldn't be okay with it.
So do you think it's more so because Matt is black, or just because she doesn't want you to have a boyfriend?
Well, my mom's always been very, like, picky, and I don't know, she always jokes around with, like, her wanting me to date, like, a white boy, which I'm not attracted to white boys. But I don't know if she, like, means it, or if she's just playing around, but yeah.
Okay.
She's not as open as my dad.
My parents were happy about it. My mom was like really happy. She's like, oh, that's good, you have a girlfriend. So, my parents are interracial. My mom's Vietnamese and my dad's black. So obviously they don't have any problem with me, like, interracial dating.
At least for my family, I mean, they were pretty cool about it. They were just happy I found someone, and pretty much they were like, oh yeah, when can we be here? That seems so great. So I mean, my family was really supportive, like that.
I was just a little nervous to tell my dad, like, I really don't know how he'd react, but I knew it was going to be negative. I was just, I think, more curious. But, yeah, my mom, I'm not going to tell her.
When do you plan on telling her?
Maybe over the summer, if Matt ever visits.
Right.
My dad pretty much disowned me, I guess, as some would say. He was very angry about it. My mom, I think, was okay with it, but she wasn't going to argue with my dad on that point. So neither of them were really in my corner.
I haven't experienced anybody telling me, like, anything negative, but I do notice people, like, staring sometimes, or, you know. And I don't think they're necessarily trying to be racist, but they just kind of, like, see it as different. And I guess it's just, like, a mindset.
I think it's noticeable when you see like an interracial couple. Like even when I walk around, and I see an interracial couple. Like I'll look because it's like it's not something you see every day. Like it's not like something really common. Like especially here on campus. So.
With my family, actually, it was really open because my mom had me before she got married to my dad, and she already had me as like a black kid with her. And she went through a lot of struggles with her family growing up in, the Midwest, late 80s. It still wasn't really that open.
Well, like I said, I think that if it's just like, physical attraction to a certain race other than like another, I don't think there's anything racial about it. That's just a person's personal, I guess, liking. But there's like a fine line between just being physically attracted to a different race or shunning another race just because they don't agree with your beliefs and your culture. So it depends.
I don't think it's necessarily racism. Well, Jessica has a point there, but I think that people have certain preferences for what they find attractive, and that's what they'll find attractive. So.
Any negative effects from people when they say we're dating. I know most of our friends are, they're pretty open to interracial relationships. Most of our friends are either, black or white or Mexican or, even white. So I think most of them grew up with the mentality that it's okay, to date outside their race.
But it's still the same. We gon' find a way so we can maintain.